Hey everyone, it's Dr. Charlotte Hodges. I want to talk a little bit today about what to expect while you're in the hospital and maybe a week or so after your surgery. You know, you go through so much preparation to have the surgery. I mean, you're online, you're looking at the blogs, you're looking at websites, you've spoken with your nutritionist, your surgeon. There's some practices that have a nurse practitioner or a patient coordinator. I mean, you've just been through the ringer. You've heard so much information, and then you get to the hospital and it's like you can't remember a thing. And guess what? That is completely normal. So what are some little tidbits that you can take away with you? Number one, when you're getting ready to go to the hospital, pack your toothbrush, pack a house coat, and pack some little house shoes. That way you can feel a little bit more like home when you're in the hospital. Typically, it's only going to be a one-night stay. You're not going to be there forever. And I actually let my patients take a shower the day after surgery. They generally will feel a lot better whenever they've just been able to wash their hair, brush their teeth. They just feel a little bit more normal. It's very important that very first day of surgery that you get up and walk. You will not feel like walking. You're going to just walk like, and that's okay. When I had my C-section, I was just like cripping along. Guess what? I just want you up and moving. When you get up and move, that is going to keep you from having back pain. It's going to help to work out some of that air that's still left in your abdomen from surgery. Your body was just meant to move. And even though initially you're going to be slow moving, you're actually going to have a much better recovery if you can walk. Now, the following day, you'll generally be able to start doing some sips of clears. Go slow. Just go slow. For most facilities, they'll make you put like little tick marks next to every little sip that you've taken. They might even have a little breathing machine called an incentive spirometer where you're like, and that's to help keep your lungs open. What I tell my patients is do 10 puffs while you're watching TV. Like every time that you see a commercial, do a couple of puffs on your incentive spirometer, and then you'll get all your breathing treatments in. Don't get discouraged. You might find that sometimes you can get down a little bit more, other times you can't get down any. With some surgeries, like with some sleeves will typically have a little bit more nausea compared to bypasses, switches, and revision surgeries. That's okay. There's great medicine out there. Just go slow. If you're not feeling like sipping, the best thing to do, get up and walk. That is actually going to help get your gut moving. So while you're in the hospital, walk as much as you can, sip when you can, and rest when you can. And I'm telling you right now, you will not sleep. Somebody's going to come in, wake you up every couple of hours so they can take your vitals. Do not think that you're going to get any rest while you're there in the hospital. You'll get your rest whenever you go back home. So don't get disappointed about that, okay? So what to expect whenever you go home that very first week. I do recommend that first week, if you can sleep maybe in a recliner, that's great. Or if you have one of those adjustable beds, I mean, that's ideal. I mean, I don't have one of those, but if you have one of those, that's fantastic. When my mom had her surgery, she stayed with us, and I just put a bunch of pillows behind her. That way it was a lot easier whenever she was trying to sit up, to get up out of bed. It's going to be difficult to go from a straight lying position to sitting right up just because your belly's going to be sore, and it's going to take several days for that soreness to really subside. The worst day, thankfully, is just the first day after surgery. Every day after that, it should be getting a little bit better. Don't think that you need to get up in the middle of the night to go walk like they want you to do while you're in the hospital the day after surgery. When you go home, when it's time to go to bed, sleep through the night, get up, but just make sure that you're walking as much as you can. If you have steps in your house and your bedroom's upstairs, go upstairs and go to bed. Now, if your recliner's downstairs, that's totally fine, but don't think that you can't go up and downstairs. It'll be slow moving, but that also is going to get get those muscles going, and you'll feel just a lot better the more moving that you can do. Now, I will tell you, with my patients, the largest incision for a bypass and a duodenal switch is going to be on the left side. For my sleeve patients, it's going to be on the right side, and it's about that big. That's the side that I dilate up. I put stitches in their abdominal wall, so they're going to be pretty sore there for a couple of weeks. They'll notice when they cough, laugh, sneeze. It's going to hurt a little bit. And also when they're twisting, so kind of getting in and out of a chair, getting in and out of a car, you're certainly going to be more sore. It was funny, I had this one patient, he was a super nice guy and he loved to golf. And he was like, how soon can I get back golfing? And I'm like, oh, you probably want to wait a couple of weeks. Your golf clubs, they weigh a lot. Plus you're going to be sore from that larger incision. He's like, oh no, I bet I can go back within a week. I was like, no, I think you're going to need a little bit more time. He's like, oh no, doc, I'm strong, have a high tolerance for pain. OMG, whenever I saw him post-op day 1, so I could go round on him, he was just like how I was after my C-section, just, which is normal. And I went up to him and I have to admit, I couldn't help myself. I was like, ooh, honey, are you planning on going golfing next week? And he just looked at me like, that is not funny. So don't be surprised if when you're twisting or turning that you have some soreness. You're going to have some residual soreness for a while. You know, I think that people forget how big these surgeries really are. Just because you have tiny incisions, it doesn't mean that these aren't tiny operations. These are really big operations. They don't take that very long to do. But they're still a large operation. If you've had a sleeve, I mean, you've had the majority of your stomach removed. If you've had a gastric bypass, you've had a lot of rerouting of that bowel. So there's a lot that's been going on in that belly. So you need to give yourself some time to heal. So I encourage you that very first week after surgery, try to make yourself comfortable, put pillows behind your back, try to be as active as you can, walk as much as you can, take showers, that's not going to hurt anything, and sip on liquids. If you get tired of sipping on liquids, do sugar-free popsicles, and that can help as well. So if you are getting ready to have surgery, or if you've just had surgery, I just ran it on some of my post-ops today, so maybe they'll get to see this video. But if you're just in the recovery stage, I wish you all the very best. I wish you all the luck, and I wish you for good, happy healing. And you're going to do just well. If this has helped you guys, don't forget to give me a like. Please feel free to share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much.